This is the land of Biafra. I don't want to slow who we are. The children of light. The first language on this planet is the Igbo language. The divine laws, all this knowledge. They can let you all about the mother of light. See how blessed are they? He said the darkness cannot overshadow the light. The light will shine. The hour has come, and the king of light will shine. And the whole world may see the light of the Almighty Creator. We're fearless. Biafrans, we are priceless. Don't you know, yeah, we're nothing. Can't you feel that the picture is writing? Nation overhauling. The whole world is a Moses. The goodness of what could stop us. What the moment do was a warlord. Stop the genocide and save us. The whole world on the level scale. Cut to break rules and you face it. The swords, we are fish on the pond. They don't know who we are. Shut on the home. We should give it up. It's the scene. So you must put you. So put you. Never should go. We're coming from the land of rising sun. We can never rest until Biafra is restored.
Yeah.
Fellow Biafrans, I greet you in the name of Elohim Chukwokika Biama on this day, the 7th of December 2021. I'm Rabbi Charles, speaking from my location, but before I commence, I would like to use this opportunity to greet our Excellency, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our great leader, for what he's doing and for what Elohim is using him to do. I just want us to bow down our heads in prayer. If you are driving, don't bow down your head and don't close your eyes. Just pray meditatively, as I would like to touch a few things today. Let us pray. Everlasting God, King of glory, we thank you today. We bless your holy name. It is written once again that unto you shall the gathering of your people be. We have gathered once again to hear the word of life and to know what is going on, to get update of what is going on in our land. I commit the land of Biafra into your mighty hand, and I thank you for total restoration of our land. I thank you for total protection, provision for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I thank you for deliverance. Thank you for all you have done. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, I pray. He said, fellow Biafrans, once again we have gathered today to discuss about what is going on in our land. I heard about so many things flying out from the media, and the plan of the zoo is to begin with media blockade and lies, propaganda. That's what they're doing. And most people are not seeing it. They are trying to blockade people. You know, when they want to go for war, they first of all control the media. The media has been the problem of these two. Remember, during 67 to 70 war, what they did was that the British helped them to control the media, to censor every media platform all over the world. And even in Lagos, most people residing in Lagos didn't even know that there was war going on in the Biafran region, the southeast, we are called today. But the war was going on. There was blockade everywhere, air, land, and sea, even media blockade. They applied that techniques and they were using it, and it was working for them as at that time. So right now, they have converged and they've gathered. They said, well, the only thing they can do is to blockade the media so that nobody will know what is going on, what is going to happen. But I have something to tell them today, because they are indeed doing some certain things, and people are not stupid. People are not stupid. We are watching what is going on there, and we are telling them, for how long will they continue in this? I know that Nigeria is desperately in need of financial help from different countries and to maybe from different entities in order to service their debt. Nigeria is heavily in debt with China. They took money from China, and the Chinese are telling them to pay up, or they come down there and start seizing things. But Biafrans have been saying it right from the onset. Anything Nigerian government has to do with Chinese, it is all by themselves. Biafrans are not in support of it. Biafrans didn't ask for anything. They are the one that went in for this loan, and it's not soft loan, it is hard loan. They give you that money so that you can be able to pay it. And when they give you that money, they increase the interest so that you'll be choked up at the middle of, you won't even get to the middle. And when that happens, they will now descend on your things, your resources, your port of entries, your seaport, your airports, whatever they can lay their hands, and they will be using that money to, they will be extorting whatever that comes into the country and will be sending it to China. At the moment, Chinese treasury has run out, run empty. They don't have money in their treasury. Forget what they're telling you. Forget what the propaganda that they are telling people, but we know that they don't have money anymore. So they are coming to Uganda. They are descending on Zambia. All the countries that gave them money, they are coming, and they are asking them to pay up, or they just freeze their assets. So that is what they are doing. So Biafrans, don't think that Nigeria will survive this. For those of them believing that Nigeria will survive, and they are praying, listen, you men and women of God, I just want to talk to you today. I am a minister of God like you, but I am not stupid. I'm looking at the news flying out here and there. I'm looking at the activities of the people presiding over the affairs of the country or the contraction. You are praying for them. You are making a wrong prayer. You cannot pray for Satan to repent. You cannot pray for something that's evil to become good. It's not possible. God has a theory. The theory of God is this: anything that God cannot change, He will replace. I'll repeat: anything that Elohim cannot change, He will replace that thing. If you go to the book of Genesis, you will see what happened in the Garden of Eden. If you go to the account of Lucifer, the fall of Lucifer, you will see what he did. Lucifer fell from heaven, from the place of worship. He was the one that used to worship Elohim and lead the fire in heaven. He took it upon himself. He assumed to be like God. When he failed, and he fell from heaven, what happened? God created humanity to replace Satan. And that's why he's mad about people worshiping Elohim and serving him. So anything that cannot be changed, God cannot change, will replace that thing. So do you think that God can change Nigeria? I want to ask you, do you think that Elohim can just change Nigeria just like that? It will take people, honest people, to look at it and tell themselves the truth. Elohim cannot change that country. He can't change it. The only thing he can do is to replace, to make some changes. That's why you are seeing agitations everywhere. The Yoruba people are agitating Oduduwa. The Middle Belt are agitating the Biafrans. We are agitating. We are saying we want to go. And look at what I will never stop on the news that came out yesterday. A lot of Biafrans were in shock. I was listening to some broadcast today. I always listen. I listen to anything listenable. And a lot of people were calling Radio Biafra now. And they are now trying to speak out because they were all in fear. They don't want to talk. They were speaking out, even shouting at them. Some brought out different theories. Oh, you have to update these people to be part of what is going on. It's not the case. It's not the case. It's not to update anybody. Everybody living in the contraption knows whom they are. If you are in that contraption, if you are from Biafra extraction, you know that you are being marginalized. Whether you are Igbo, Izon, Ibibio, Efi, you know that you are being marginalized and you know your name, that you are not in Nigeria. So you don't need to be educated. You do not need to be educated. If people are agitating, you join hands to agitate. If people are saying no to this inequality, no to this oppression, no to subjugation, you can also join hands to be doing the same. Nobody is forcing you to agitate. It is your right. It's your human right to say no to evil things, something that you wouldn't accept. It is your right to say you can't take this. So nobody can come to educate you, that telling you that you are dying, regardless of what they are paying you to look after the pipeline, regardless of the amount you are collecting to look after the pipelines that are taking oil from your land to the north and to other parts of Africa. And you are keeping mute. So when agitation is going on, you don't want to participate, you don't want to agitate, and when people are agitating, you are telling them they are being intimidated, they are intimidating, they are being forceful. But you ask yourself a question, are you willing to be in the contraption? Are you comfortable with the situation there? And some of these people that are not even happy with, talking down on people agitating and saying that things are not okay, some of them are in diaspora having good lives. And they don't want things to be changed back home. So when you want to change things back home, they don't want it. They say, what? And if people are leading, there is something that we need to put up straight here. Everybody knows that I am for what our leaders stand for. Anything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand for is what I stand for. I will never go against what that man stands for. Our leader believes in freedom for all. He said he will not leave anybody behind. This thing is a conditional statement. A lot of people don't know. He didn't say you must follow me. He didn't say that. He said I will not leave anybody behind. But you can choose to go. You can choose to be left behind. Our leader's plan is I will not leave anybody behind. Elohim told him, do not leave my people behind. They will kill them. When you leave them, they will kill the remaining. They said, your fathers have left you behind, and your brothers have left you behind. Your mothers have left you, your sisters have left you. So why can't you follow them? What do you think you are doing here? We don't need you here. They will kill you, obviously. That's what they will do. That is what they will do to you. And the sickening part of it is that somebody will sit down and watch their resources, our resources, going to the north and going outside Africa against your will, against my will. And some certain people came to fight against that injustice. The other people who are even more affected will come and tell you. So what do you think you are doing? It's like you're forcing me to join into this. And most of them didn't know oil and gas, some of them were part from Eboma. Eboma is in Imo State. Ohaji is in Imo State. Some of Eboma went to River Rhine. They are the same brothers, the same Igbo people. Eboma was shared into River State, shared into some states, and left some in Imo State. And they are the same people, the same family, the same dialect. And the oil was piped from the same Eboma to the one in River State or Bayelsa State, and the thing left to another country. To the northern part of the zoo. And when you talk to them, they say, oh, you want our state because you are interested in the oil. I ask them, do you think that oil is what the Biafrans, Igbo-speaking Biafrans are looking for? Why don't you visit all the states in Igbo-speaking Biafrans and see the level of development they have achieved without touching the crude oil and gas? That can tell you a lot of things. That can tell you a lot of things. When the Fulanis are taking all these things, most people are not saying anything. They will keep quiet. When the Iboma and of Igbo Biafrans, we say we don't want this. If this is not fair, they will say, oh, what do you want? What are you talking about? We are not inclusive in this. Nobody is including us in this. We have to be spoken to. We have to be spoken to. You have to come and tell us what you are talking about. And you are watching them doing damages in your ecosystem there. You are watching them. You are watching your people passing feces in the same river you drink from and you cook from. And you are comfortable. There are some certain people that don't have moral ground to stand in front of me to talk about these things. I can tell you categorically that you don't have any moral ground to stand in front of me and talk. Ojukwu took this fight before. Philip Biafran joined him. Many people from Isho extraction joined him. Many people from Ibibio joined him. So many people from even Idoma joined him. Even from Delta, the place they call Delta State, Ahaba. Many people actually came from there, joined him. This deputy, the second in command, happens to be Major or General Philip Biafran. He wasn't an Igbo-speaking man. And anytime they hear Biafra, they say Igbos. Anytime they hear Biafra, they say Igbos. This is not something I want to talk about, but something prompted me to talk about this. Because it is high time for people to know the truth. The truth that you know shall set you free. And somebody asked me, why are they reacting this way? Why are your people not willing to join into the fight, into the struggle? They are the most victimized people. If you go to a place called Newi today, Newi is like paradise. If you go to Newi today, we have industrialists everywhere. We have so many manufacturing companies everywhere that are trying. Not that it's everywhere, but they saw what many people didn't see long ago. And that is what the problem is. So this jealousy of a thing has to stop. If nobody wants to come and divide the land of Biafra, we are one people. What is happening to Mr. A is happening to Mr. B. The worst part is that your enemy doesn't know you by your name. They call you and me, Yamiri. So when you come and tell them, oh, I am not Igbo, I am not Igbo, I am this, I am that, they don't give a damn about what you claim you are. To them, you are Yamiri. So why wouldn't you learn from Ken Sarawuwa's experience? Or do you want that thing to happen to you? It's a question. Why wouldn't you remember? You know, the Bible always say, remember Lot's wife. In the Bible, it's written there, remember Lot's wife. That is, make a reflection that Lot's wife was warned of pending danger. Say, get out of this place, Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm going to rain that place down with storms, with hailstone, with brimstone and fire. I'm going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. I can't take what they're doing anymore. And you get out and don't look back. Lot had the instruction, the children had the instruction, the wife had the instruction. But when they were leaving, the wife remembered something. My jewelry box, or my dress, or shoes in the wardrobe. Oh, my friends, I need to go. What are you talking about? I need to, Lord, excuse me. I know that men came and they were talking to us. Do you believe those men that they are really, really angels? Do you believe they are from God? Why don't you just, we have moved from one position to another. Even eventually we got to the point that we separated from your uncle Abraham. I mean, for how long shall we continue moving around? Let us stay here. And the man kept going. She said, you know what? You keep on going. Let me go and pick up something and meet you halfway. When she turned her back, she became a pillar of salt. And when rain fell, she melted and went into that Dead Sea. That's where Lot's wife was buried. The water went down straight to Red Sea. I mean to Dead Sea, rather, not Red Sea, Dead Sea. That salty sea. If you go to Bible, if you consult Bible historian, they will tell you exactly what I'm telling you, even in a nicer and better way. That was how she ended up, because she didn't pay attention to instructions from Elohim. So for those of you dragging your feet, saying, we are this, we are that, or we are not Igbo, this Biafra of I don't know what you people are talking about. I believe in the thing that the people of the past fought for. They fought for Biafra and they fought against the zoo. The zoo brought war. And when I talk about the zoo, for some of you who doesn't know, who are joining us maybe for the first time, zoo means Nigeria. Nigeria is called zoo. Where they called a place, Niger area, by foreigners. I'm not against foreign people who are decent, who knows their boundary. I'm talking about foreign people who invaded people's land and changed everything, changed the name of the place. The people that have been existing there, they are with a river, the river that was giving them source of livelihood, fish and ecosystem and whatever agricultural development. All of a sudden, when they came, they said, Mungo Park discovered River Niger. And you ask yourself, what about the people living there? Where were they fishing from? She came, Mungo Park came all the way from Europe. He came all the way from Europe and discovered River Niger. And they wrote it in your history book. When you go to that place, they ask you, who discovered River Niger? You say it's Mungo Park. Instead of you saying it's Mr. Okonkwo, Mazio Okonkwo, living close to Onishubo. No, it is Anyoma. No, it is Mungo Park, and you write it and they will pass you. You see indoctrination. So for those of you who are saying, we don't want to be part of this, so I'm very hesitant. I can never be hesitant in my land. If my people are going through things, we are going through that thing. Remember Lot's wife. Remember Ken Sarowiwa. I have to warn you once again. Remember Lot's wife. Remember Ken Sarowiwa, how they eliminated him upon all that he did with them when this battle was going on. And when he was about to be killed, the presiding military head of state said to him, do you think you can betray me the way you betray your people? Reminding him that Biafrans are his people. Do you think you can betray me the way you betray your people? He betrayed his people. And isn't that a thing of shame that some people today are not seeing what they're supposed to have seen long ago and run, not even walk. Run for your dear life. I can tell us today categorically, our leader, Mazin Nambekano, said that Elohim warned him or spoke to him not to allow anybody not to leave anybody behind. Okay? He said yes, and he ministered to all, and all came. But you have the right. You have the right. Yes, you have the right to say, I don't want to go. I don't want to go with these people. You have the right. Yes, you have the right. Nobody is stopping you. But I can tell you, because the man that sees the end from the beginning have people that he selected in this world that he can show them the end from the beginning. I can tell you from the mind of Elohim that if you make this kind of mistake, the generation you will leave behind will suffer most. Your land will be invaded by foreign people, those that are stronger and more powerful than you, and your brothers will not come to help you. That is what is going to happen. We are living in the world filled with wickedness. The stronger take it all. When they come and look at you and say you are nothing, you have issue with your brothers. When we go for you, your brothers will not come. This is just like a message that Noah was preaching in his generation. He was telling them, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. They never had seen rain before. They have never seen rain before. They had every right to doubt Noah. The man drew signposts and drew what he saw in his vision and drew rain coming from the sky and was carrying placard around showing them, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Flood will destroy the world. They said, you are crazy. And he was busy building his ark. Even some people went and cut gopher wood for him. And he was using, he would even pay them, they would take the money to go and drink or to go and buy something. They said, we have given this man the wood he was looking for, and now let's go and use the money. And he kept building the ark until the day he completed the assignment. All the animals selected, some walked in by themselves, and the door was shut in, and God said, the holy book of God said, Elohim took the key. He shut them and locked them in there and took the key. And the mother of all flood, rain, began. That was when it dawned on these people that what Noah was telling them was the truth. And they were repenting when it is too late. For those of you listening to the sound of my voice, I have no problem with you. You can call me all sorts of names. I have no problem with you. But remember Lot's wife. And remember Gensarowiwa. Remember him. I know when I was protesting for Gensarowiwa, protesting for justice, protesting for his release, just like what we are doing today. We are protesting and we are giving the zoo ultimatum to release our leader. You can't do it, I tell you. You can't do it. If you can't do it, all things, or that place, everybody will cease to exist. I am telling you guys, I have said it on the 3rd of December 2021 that you have 90 days to take your military out of Biafran land. 90 days from the 3rd of December. That we are counting 90 days to move your things and release our leader unconditionally. I gave you 90 days for a reason. I'm not going to disclose what that reasons are. I'm not going to tell you what I have in mind. But you have 90 days from the 3rd of December to check out of Biafran land. Biafra is a sovereign state. I am proclaiming it is a sovereign state, and the zoo, every agreement, amalgamation document shows that you have no legitimate right to be in that region. You have to leave the region. Take your things and go. If others want to, if other states, other nations within the nation, if they want to go and form their nation, as our leader said, you are free to go. If you just want to become Izon nation, Republic of Izon, the moment Biafra arrives, you are free to go. You can go and set up your nation and set up whatever you want, and you are free to go. Nobody is forcing anybody. I am for total independence. I am against subjugation. I am against forcing people. I don't force relationship. If you are asking for your equal right and somebody is saying no, you know what to do. If you want to have relationship with somebody, he said, no, you can't have relationship with me. I don't trust you. I don't like you. Then you have the right to leave the person alone. That is my preaching this evening. That is what I'm saying. And I saw very interesting thing, not interesting, it's an ironical statement. I saw some certain thing that it could be, I have to verify that. All Jews are coming saying, oh, I told them that they wouldn't give our leader food for 3 days until he agrees on his terms and conditions. Listen, let me tell you, I don't know where that thing is flying from, whether it's authentic or unverified. But whatever may be the case, we are looking at all of you. You think you can get away with that? That man is a nation on his own. Mazin Namdekan is a nation. He's Biafra. So if anything happened to Biafra, Nigeria will be finished. I am telling you people to know, have it in your mind, get it in your skull. When I'm talking, I see things in front of me. I am telling you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Armageddon. I'm seeing hell coming down from the sky. You can't contend with it. The power is too heavy. You can't contend with it. I am just telling you guys to back off and leave Biafran land and release our leader. Failure to do that. I am even not even failure to do that. Every Mondays, Biafrans all over the Biafran land sit at home, lock everywhere down. Don't give them any breathing space to move around. We invoke those people that we enforce it. Anywhere you see any movement, just pray for them and direct them to heaven. Anywhere you see any movement, pray for them and send them to God. Because if you don't do it, they will now intensify whatever they think they can do. You think if you capture our leader, you captured agitation or Biafra. You can't. You don't have that right. You don't have that power. The people that spoke to you, they deceived you totally. You people didn't know that there is something called the emissaries. The emissaries are around watching all of you. So the emissaries are doing their job, watching you, telling you what to do now. Any other person can tell you, oh, we do this, we did this, we did that. They were rejoicing and celebrating, hobnobbing and lip-licking. But the emissaries kept quiet and they were working hard. So the emissaries are telling you that you're going to lock everywhere down. I am glad that a lot of people came to Radio Biafra today and be shouting, let us lock everywhere down. I said to them, good morning. Good morning. Why are you talking like me? Why are you now talking like me? All of a sudden you realize you're going to lock everywhere down. And they were telling you the order came from the highest command. And you are not ashamed. The highest command was extraordinarily renditioned to a country that it doesn't belong. And you are telling yourself that you are following the order. You can't use your initiative and your creative mind to know that this is not the right thing to do at this critical time. We're going to contend with this level. I'm glad that somebody came to Radio Biafra today and was telling them that these two are not the people that you just plead to. You plead with them. I beg you, I don't want problem. Leave us. We are praying to God. Let God do this. Let God. You are joking. You are joking. I will tell you once again, good morning. Good morning. You are waking up. Why don't you call the Rabbi Sabotua? I am calling for Biafra. It's Biafra that our leader gave me the name. Said, this is the name. Biafra. When we get our Biafra, and you say that you want to become Karabamuda, go ahead and become Karabamuda. But join hands, let us fight. If you want, when we get Biafra, you want to become Idu Noba, you can become Idu Noba. But we're going to fight and get our nation out of the predicament where we are in now. Look at our place. No good road. December here, you will fly and go back. And spray money because you came from Europe and you have a little change. You think you have arrived. After December, January, after the 5th of January, the real hunger will hit. Because Ugani Abego, Ugani Abatago. You will start going to your barn, Obajin or Bede, and start eating what you could have preserved for the next farming season that will hit in late March, April. And when you have eaten all your crops, you don't have anyone remaining. You will settle. God is so gracious to Biafrans that He gave us a stick. That when we put that stick on the ground, the stick will produce tuber of cassava. Supposing if Elohim said, I will not give you food from this tuber, from this stick. Go and plant, go and get cassava and bury it on the ground like yam. Do you know what would have been our condition? Elohim is so much in love with Biafran that you can put a stick on the ground, the stick will give you food. Where on earth have you seen such a thing? Put a stick of a stem of cassava on the ground. Few months later, after raining, few months later, you will go and dig it. You will see branches of tuber of cassava, big ones, massive ones. You eat it, it will sustain you. Isn't God amazing how He loved Biafrans? And some nations came and took it. In South America, you see it there. They have cassava. They took it from Africa. You see their cassava. They modified it. The one they call aburaswo. You don't need to soak that one in the water. There are different types of cassava. There is one they call otaporo with the red leaves. But for those who didn't know what I'm talking about, go and make research. There is one that you don't just harvest it and eat it that day. No, that one you have to cut it, clean it, put it in a water in a big basin or whatever, and it will stay there for 2 days, and it will, it will get softened. You go and extract it, and you get the starch you are looking for. You go and cook it, pound it, and it will give you food, sustain you. Isn't God amazing? Those are the things that our parents, ancestors lived with back in the days. Today we used to call it 6 to 6. If you eat it in the morning, 6 a.m., it will stay on you or stay in you till 6 p.m. 6 to 6. You see, some people call it udakwenyi. That once you eat cassava, you can knock anything down. And this is what Elohim gave us. And we are taking it for granted. How did I get into this place? I got into this place because I was telling us how God is so kind and merciful to we Africans, and most especially the Biafran people. How you can fight, how God bless your land. If not for anything, for the love of your land, you have to fight. No nation ever went and take a nation from a nation just by begging and pleading with them. God didn't do that. Check your scripture. Check your Bible. I think in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 is written there. God went into a nation and took a nation from that nation by an outstretched arm, by terror, by violence, by so many things. He took a nation from a nation and led them to their very promised land. He did it. Why can't you apply God's principle? That's what I'm telling our people. Apply God's principle for this generation. Why don't you? Why can't you think? If someone is telling you that you're going to comply with the enemy, beg the enemy, send an elderly man that should be relaxing in his elderly home. Send him to travel for a long distance to go and beg the Fulani. They will respect him. He's a statesman in Biafran land. You think the people there are normal people? And he went there, they did whatever they did, and he came. He came back. What is happening today? And there are men who are supposed to issue words, strengthen people. What are they doing? Fighting each other. If you want to go hire, they will hire somebody to go and blackmail him. Tell them that he did this, he did that. It's nobody. If you think it's going to work, it's not going to work. You are being satanic. You are being satanic. If I see you fighting my enemy, I will join hand and fight the same enemy, because that enemy is our common enemy. When we finish the enemy, maybe that will bring reconciliation between you and me. I will shake your hand and say, thank you, my brother, because you saw what I saw. You saw what I saw. So if I'm fighting an enemy, a common enemy, a fierce enemy, and you are right there, pretending that that enemy of mine is not your enemy. What a shame. I'm not calling for violence. I'm just telling us what Elohim said in his word. Eventually, he said that in the death of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. You take whatever that belongs to you by force. That is Elohim talking. I am not saying what I am saying all by myself. I'm backing it from the Holy Book, from the Scripture. If God Himself can fight the enemy, can terrorize them, can cause frogs to come out, cause lies to come out, affect people, can give a lot of people boils, and every Egyptian had boils all over them. How did they find out they were having boils? Because of the way they walk. If you are hanging your head, the thing is now in your, that means it is in your armpit, and you can't close it. It's very heavy boil and sore. And if you are walking, bending down and putting your behind up, that means it's in between your buttocks. It is there. So they are walking in a certain way, hanging their hand in a certain way. That is how you will know that that person is an Egyptian. Because Elohim gave them boils. Elohim gave them rashes. And they were busy going around scratching themselves non-stop. Lies. And that is what Elohim did. He gave them hail came down and was destroying all the plantation and animal. You know, animals cannot stand thundering. And the horses were crying, the cows were dying, they were running helter-skelter, and the dogs, restlessness, the chickens all on the run, flames coming everywhere. The river became blood, and the ecosystem, the fishes in the river died. So many things. What do you call that thing? Is it not an act of terror? That is what he was. That is what the Bible recorded, that it was an act of terror. Elohim was busy terrorizing them in order to let the people go. And somebody is telling you today, don't talk like that, leave them. Let us beg them. We pray. We declare 90 days of prayer, 180 days of prayer, where you should put strategy and fight. There is something God is saying here. There are some certain places you go, or certain issues that you will confront. You don't need to pray to Elohim. He has given you the power. Let's say when they came and took David's wife and his village, took even his wife as booty, and they were going. When David came, he cried and cried. He sought the face of the Lord. He said, pursue, overtake, and recover all. Pursue, overtake them, and recover all. How many were his men? Few numbers of men. Pursue, overtake, and recover all. And today, when you instead of you to pursue your enemies, overtake them and recover, you are pulling back. You are going for praise and worship. You are telling them, bring 4 collar, break the collar, throw it in the take 3 steps forward, 3 steps backward, open a banana stick, eat the banana, flap it at your back and throw it away, and you get what you're looking for. Sometimes people sound very stupid. Look at the Israelis today. I saw somebody that posted something. The place where the Bible came from. Middle East gave us Bible and gave us the word Quran, gave the word Quran. This is where Bible came from. Torah came from there. From there, the Quran came out. It copied from the Torah. It came out. But when they have war, I saw it on Facebook. I said, this is a very great point. When they had issue or terror attempt to attack, the people that wrote the Bible will go and take arms and start fighting the enemies. They wrote the Bible, but they didn't say, oh, let us go and consult the there is time for everything. It's in the book of Ecclesiastes. And they will fight them. But the people that the Bible was given to them, and they will tell you, God is a God of peace. Pray for your enemies. Give them hamburger. Buy them sweet. Give them Coca-Cola. Tell them that I love you. That is what they are doing. You see why our leader said there are no men. He looked around. He didn't see any man. Enemies began to write script for you. Jump left, you jump left. Jump right, you jump right. Visitation, come for visitation. The next day, you are not going to see him. Come to court, you went to court, and they didn't bring him. They are doing, and you were there saying, oh, they are treating us well. Give us equal treatment. You think the enemy, the formidable enemy like the zoo will listen to you. And Elohim has men that will do it. You don't need legions. You need strategy, tactics. That is all you need. And people were calling Radio Biafra. Oh, let the DOS come. I don't lash on anybody. I'm just telling us because you think I don't listen to. I have no problem with listening. I listen to even my enemies talking. I don't ignore them. I listen to everybody talking. And no one wants to. Our leader said, I looked around and there are no men. I didn't see any man. Isn't it a thing of shame? He said, Elohim, give me 100 men. And the men that are already in, saying, don't come in. If you come in, you are a COVID member of IPOB. You came during COVID period. You are not a member of IPOB. Have you seen this level of madness before? This is madness. This is freedom fighting madness. And if I am coming to fight your enemy, for example, I am not in good terms with you. And you see me coming, fighting the enemy. What you could do, the best thing you could do is to go and give me food. Maybe you don't trust me maybe you feel I may not trust you to eat your food. You can say, my one day, because whatever ego nka, jidena mana mi hi na because in akukwa ndi ambamba because that means that thing has united both of you. But you will see some certain people, you are fighting the enemies. They are in turn calling you all sorts of names. Do you ask yourself, do these people want to get liberated or not? Or do they want to be in slavery? When you want to talk, they say, who are you? How dare you? You are nobody. Do you want to become president? What kind of people are these? What kind of people are these? Where are you coming from? Which planet are you coming from? Don't you see? Even Pharaoh the cabinet of Pharaoh could tell Pharaoh, said to him, my Lord and my Pharaoh, haven't you considered that Egypt is destroyed? Look at Egypt that used to be a paradise, is destroyed. Let this man go. If you don't afflict destruction or you don't afflict disaster to your enemy, they will never let you go. Go and tell the person giving you format. Anybody giving you format, any other format than what I'm telling you today, tell him now, you need something. You need to tell your enemy that they can. And the great Biafrans, we are God, deposited technology to our brain. Orusie, every technology is in him and use here. He said, go and pray. Anybody talking Biafra, he said, because he doesn't have a job, he doesn't have anything doing. That's what they're saying. And they sold it to people. People are believing it. It is quite unfortunate. I just want to say this before I just say goodbye to everyone here. I am not here to tell you, or maybe to say I want to portray myself. You're not looking at my face while I'm talking to you. I'm just telling you what Elohim is telling me. Beside that, beside all this, our leader saw something that I couldn't see. He said to me, I will make you my emissary. You have what it takes to drive the enemy out of our land. As at that time, I didn't get what he was talking about. When I look at that statement today, it is just like what Tim Odimegbochukwu did. freedom fighter attempted. What? Asere Dokubo, what he attempted. And all got apprehended and started speaking in tongues. So that is the task. To drive the enemy out of our land and get our nation back. And call every Biafran in diaspora in exile to come home. It is time for us to come home. I just want to tell you, may Elohim Chukokikabiama keep blessing you, strengthening you, upholding you, and make his face shine on you, his sun shine on you. He said he will give you the treasures of darkness and hidden riches in secret places, that you may know that he, Elohim, who has called you by his name, that you are his. Elohim said that in his word. And he went further to say to our leader, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And any tongue that rises against you in judgment, we condemn that tongue. Tongue of man, woman, young or old, we condemn that tongue. No power, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. The 1,000 shall fall by your side, and 10,000 by your right hand, and none shall come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. The wicked shall be rewarded. Hand join hand together. The wicked will never go unpunished. The wicked will receive their reward. They will be punished. Elohim sent me to talk to you today. I may not give it better than I have done today, but Elohim gave you food for thought. Think about it. And once you think and do reflection, maybe you will have a change of mind in your old behavior and move on. On this note, I'll say thank you very much. May Elohim bless you and keep on keeping you. And I can say I am Rabbi Charles, speaking from my location. Good night from here. Ndewonu.